And let's get into it, man. Last night, Conor McGregor, man. I ain't gonna say it's time for him to hang it up. Probably for him to hang that mouth up, run up in his damn mouth all the damn time. But I don't know if it's time for him to hang it up. He started off all right, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. Dustin Lightweight was dusting his ass off, fight for real. But he ended up breaking his ankle, losing. So, hey, as you can see in the picture, he fought, broke me leg. Yes, he broke him leg, man. All bad. And he was still running off at his mouth after the fight. After the fight, he's still talking about Dustin wife and she in his DMs. Wife in my DMs at the party. McGregor about crazy than the motherfucker, man. But hey, it is what it is. And who else? What else? Oh, yeah. My guy, yeah. So last night, JoJo Diaz, he did his thing. He won last night. He was kind of lumpy. After the fight, he called out Ryan Garcia and he called out Devin Haney. But we already know Devin is his mandatory. So there's no point in calling him out. Just get the chunk in. Ain't nothing to talk about. And we know before that, we know Devin Haney is not with Eddie Hearn no more. He dolo right now. I don't know what it's tweet at. I know, yep, here it go. On the 6th. Y'all see it. Eddie Hearn. Devin Haney did not resign with DAZN. That's good, though. You don't need to be signing with none of them. Do your thing, man. They might try to shove you out, though. I give you the fight you want. You know how that go. But after Dev got called out, he responded, didn't watch JoJo. Sorry. Yeah, it's fine. But funny thing is he calling out Ryan when I'm his mandatory now. You feel me? Then, it's some trolls. Here go trolls. Some trolls. He called them both out laughing. And he like, yeah, what's the point? I'm his mandatory. Ain't no point in calling out Ryan. Let's get this chunk. Pretty much. And JoJo responded. JoJo got his Twitter fingers on too. JoJo said, shut your goofy ass up, boy. And let's fight the end of this year. Boosie. Devin responded October, we can get it in. And shit, JoJo responded November, we got a deal, so bet. So as we go get Devin Haney and JoJo Diaz next, I wouldn't mind seeing that fight. I wouldn't mind seeing that Devin Haney and JoJo. For real. Why not? Get that in. I would love to see JoJo and Devin Haney. That's going to be a pretty cool fight. And I know they're going to be talking their shit. I know they're going to be popping their shit tough. Then, what's that boy? I don't know if it's true. Let me see something. Okay, Manny, oh yeah, that press conference today. That Manny and Spence. That'd be crazy if Manny win. That'd be crazy if Manny win. Manny pull it off. I know he ain't gonna do him like he did Keith Thurman. Keith not on time Thurman. Conor say you need people like me. I'm the bad guy. Going on in the Twitter world, man. Let's get into this other shit too. Let's get into this. Gay Russell Jr. interview. Get into this Gay Russell Jr. interview, man. Get into this Gary Russell Jr. interview, man. Mr. Gary Russell Jr. No, I rocks with Gary Russell.
Mr. Gary Russell Jr. All right, Gary, first things first, how is everything with you and your family as we're emerging from this pandemic?
Mentally strong. As a family, they're the best we could possibly be at this point. You know, full progression by any means necessary. We grinding, man. Life is like boxing. You gotta keep your chin down and your hands up, and fire when you gotta open it. Yeah. You know, that's where we're at. You know, we got our chin down and our hands up, and you know we're waiting.
Mr. Gary Russell.
We just grinding.
You mentioned waiting for your opportunity. We didn't see you this past May, which is something we've been accustomed to. But I imagine you and your brothers have been spending a lot of time in the gym. Has that been the case?
Man, his brother, straight dog.
Yeah, we've been in the gym.
Straight dog.
Antoine, he just competed, you know, not too long ago. Got a good win over a good guy. Antonio, he had something coming up relatively soon. I believe maybe August or something like that. So, you know, they've been grinding, you know, and we iron shot in iron, we pour our energy off of one another. So while they're in camp and training and get ready, you know, I'm in there putting a little work in myself, keeping these wheels spinning.
Very good. Gary, how itchy are you to actually get into the ring and exchange punches?
Oh my God, itches. I'm getting the itches now. A lot of people, man, they get into boxing because they probably got beat up on before when they were younger, or maybe, you know, they just liked it. This was something that I was into. I liked this type of thing. You know, boxing gave me the structure in which that I have today. You know, it taught me the discipline. It taught me how to sacrifice. You know, it taught me a lot. You know, so I can't wait. This is something that I love to do. So it's never really a job to, you know, it can't be a job when you like doing it. Even when my career is over and done with, I'm one of those guys that's still going to be in the gym, still working out, and still trying to get me some spine in with whoever trying to get me some spine.
Fantastic. So I have to ask you the obvious question then. So who are you targeting? Is there someone in particular that you want next?
To be honest with you, I would love to fight Devontae Tank Davis.
Yeah, man. Let's get that fight.
He's going to stay up and wait. I think he's going to come back down. I would love to get a fight against Devontae. I wouldn't mind fighting him. I would love to fight Oscar Valdez. Oscar Valdez, he just got a good fight in. I'd love to fight him. But I did everything that I could do at 126. I'm still here, champion at 26. I would love to move up a weight and challenge myself against any of the champions, you know, any of these guys at this point.
Is there a date as far as, are you targeting a certain date for when you want to return, or?
Well, no, we're not targeting a certain date. I think the date will depend on if we find a dancing partner. You if we got somebody to get in the ring with, if that's willing to fight, then I think that once we have that, then we can be figuring out a date or something like that. We see who's willing to fight. A lot of these guys aren't really in the work to get the ring with Gary Russell Jr. A lot of people, they go away from a tough challenge.
They don't want that Gary Russell smoke.
Now, I just saw a recent interview with Leo Santa Cruz. You guys seem to have been on a collision course since forever, it feels like. And he discussed a fight with you. Is that still a possibility in your mind?
It's still a possibility. I don't think it holds the same weight in which that it did at once before. But it's definitely still a possibility. I'm a real fighter. I'm a gladiator. If someone feels as though that they want to fight me or they feel as though they're better than me, then let's put this shit on the line. Let's see what happens. I'm willing to test it. So if Leo is saying that, you know what, Gary, I fought Tank, unfortunately it didn't work out, but shit, I'm still willing to try my hand and I want to get, to see what could possibly come from it, and I honestly, genuinely just want to fight you. Then sure, why the fuck not? I'll fight Leo. We can make that happen.
Right.
I believe he still has the title at 126. I'm the longest reigning champion at 126. So if Leo wants to fight, that would be a unification match.
Would love to see that fight. Would love to see them finally get that shit over with. Beat that ass. Yeah, I would love to see that. Would love to see that.
Anything regarding that? And is he planning on coming back soon? Or?
I heard nothing regarding it. But I can tell you guys is I do know the reason that Ray Vargas hasn't fought or had such a layoff was because he had suffered a broken leg or something like that. And we have friends. I have a couple friends that's in Mexico, and just travels around. And the word is that honestly, Ray Vargas, I don't know how true it is, but he honestly is really comfortable fighting Mr. Gary Russell Jr. on a day like that. This would be a very, very tough challenge. You just got to broke leg. You haven't been back in the ring since, and the first person you get back in the ring with is one of the most awaited fighters and the longest reigning champion in the sport of boxing. That says a lot.
So you think he probably is going to want to take a tune-up or something like that?
That's honestly what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that he's probably going to take a tune-up or something like that before he.
Hey, put them pause on that boy.
If that's the case, then it leaves me open to continue to be flexible. And if Leo wants to unify, and once again, the unification match will trump a manager. The unification is mandatory anyway. So if Leo wants to fight, it wouldn't even matter. That wouldn't even matter anyway. That guy wouldn't even be a thought.
Gary, you mentioned the possibility of moving up to 130. Do you have a time frame on that, or does that depend on what opportunities there are out there?
It depends on what opportunities there are. I have the ability to fluctuate my weight between to be comfortable at 130, and all the way up to 135, and be completely comfortable.
Hey, Russell, fast on the bitch.
IQ and everything else to follow.
Very good. Turning a different direction, Chris Colbert, an interim champ.
Just about to say Chris Colbert.
A former foe of yours, Tuxdot and I am Bayar. Did you watch that fight?
I did catch some of it. I didn't catch all of it, but I did watch some of it. I thought it was a good fight.
Yeah. Would you be interested in facing Colbert at some point?
Shit. If he wants this motherfucker smoke, he can get it. If he wants this smoke, he can get it. I thought he fought a good fight. He fought a good fight with King Tug. I think it's just levels to this shit, man.
Ooh, he's saying he ain't on your level, man? Is that what you saying, dog?
And when I watched him perform,
that what you're saying?
You don't think he's quite ready yet?
Yeah, nah. I think he's definitely he'll definitely be a champion, become a world champion, be able to be good enough to become a world champion. But he can't fuck with me.
Now, getting back to a fight we discussed earlier, the big DMV fight, obviously you versus Gervonta Tank Davis. First, what did you think about his bout versus Mario Barrios?
He did his thing, don't hate.
I thought,
He did his thing, don't hate.
and he had determination. I mean, he had to be determined to still go out there and try to get a win. But he was losing. He was down on the card. He hit the guy and hurt him. He needed to hit the guy and hurt him. This isn't the first time that we've seen Devontae behind on the scorecard.
I mean, yeah, but that's how he be fighting.
You think Devontae behind the scorecard?
You thought he was losing to Santa Cruz as well, right?
Exactly. The problem is a lot of these guys just aren't defensively sound to be able to, they're not actual technicians. Now, if they was a little more defensive sound, and was on top of that, Devontae would have lost that fight.
Well, y'all need to get that chunk in.
What would it take to make that fight happen between you and Tank?
Probably, maybe for them to see me fight and for me to show signs of slowing down or signs of rust or something, or maybe Floyd and them gotta just grow some nuts, man.
That boy gotta grow some
It's not
nuts.
like the fight won't sell. You can still fight anywhere.
Right, for real. 'Cause that's what we want to see, man. Shit.
It'll sell more than him and Barrios.
Damn sure will.
Our numbers would do more than him and what he just did.
Guarantee.
His pay-per-view numbers was with his opponent, our numbers would definitely be much higher than that.
Facts.
It makes sense business-wise if you're looking at the financial gain, but it doesn't make sense if you're trying to protect your investment for the long run for Floyd and Devontae. Because I burn Tank ass up.
Do you think you might just have to...
I burned his ass up, shawty. Slim, you don't want this.
Fight you, or just gonna wait and see what opportunities are there?
I would love to jump to 130 and 135. The only problem is if these guys aren't willing to fight me for the title. So if I jump up to 130 or 135 without a title, it's no reason for him. It's nothing forcing these guys to fight me. It's nothing forcing these guys to fight me. So the fans aren't forcing it. The fans aren't, pushing for the best to fight the best. They're still supporting fights that shouldn't really be supported. So if I was to jump up and wait, and relinquish my title or etc., why would they fight me? I don't gotta fight him. I don't gotta fight him. He's high risk. He's high risk. I know he can be. It's a big possibility that he can beat. Or he can beat my fight or beat my investment. We're gonna stay away from him.
Yeah. Speaking of 135, one person got back and forth with a few months back, Devin Haney. He's a free agent now. Would you be interested in reuniting talks to face him?
I definitely would be interested. My only thing is I rather deal with things in a certain manner. I want to keep business. And I feel like a lot of times when it comes to trying to do business with Devin Haney or getting a fight involved, it always turns into something other than what it's supposed to be. And if that's the case, then I'd rather just not even associate myself with him. Just not even associate myself with him. We fighters at the end of the day. I'm not with all the talking. I just make the fucking fight.
Off
Let's get
top.
the right paperwork. Let's be fair with each other and get the right paperwork. Let's put the right numbers on this shit.
Off top.
And may the best man win.
Off top, man.
There's a lot of name calling. There's a lot of whole other stuff that said that, I just feel like it's ungentlemanlike, it's unsportsmanlike. So I just rather not even participate in. If I was to do something, I'm just trying to promote a fight. I put my arm around Leo's dad. I never meant no hurt or harm to him. It was just a fight. What's up, Leo? Let's make this fight. But I'm not. I refuse to be a part of bullshit and shenanigans.
Yeah, I remember that. Everything that went down with the
Right. People were going crazy about that shit with Leo Father. Like he just did some bullshit.
You're the longest reigning champion in boxing right now. How much pride do you take in that?
For real.
A hell of a lot, man. It's very flattering. It's very flattering. One, that a lot of people are not trying to get in the ring to get this title from because they know they got to come up again. And it speaks volumes on my skill set, what I bring to the ring, and what I bring to the sport of boxing. I'm grateful. And it's crazy because I never had a goal of becoming a world champion. I grew up in that era where I wanted to be an Olympian. It was never a thing. I'm a world champion. I wanted to be an Olympian. It wasn't until I medaled in the World Games and I beat the previous medalist in the Olympics, and I didn't get a chance to compete in the 08 Games. When I didn't get a chance to compete, I had so much support from people that I didn't know.
And a pause on that boy.
It was so genuine. I felt like I was a failure. I felt like I had so much support for no reason. I didn't get a chance to compete. I was the favorite. I was the medal favorite going to the games, and I felt like at that point, the only way I could make it up to the people that genuinely supported me was to become a world champion.
And I knew I had Gary Russell beating Loma until the day of the fight. He ain't looked good at all. I just seen it like something ain't right with Gary. That wasn't the same Gary Russell.
Gary, what do you think about now when you think about what happened at the Olympics? Is that just something in the past and way back in your rearview mirror?
Hell no.
Yeah, but I say no, that shit hurtful.
I think everything happens for a reason. I wish I could go back and change certain things, but I feel like if I was to go back and change it, it would ultimately alter the future. It will alter the individual which that you got today. The stuff that I went through and stuff that I had to deal with helped mold, shape me into the person that I am now. So I don't go back and be frustrated at it now. I still get disappointed, but I use it as a learning opportunity or a learning tool.
Excellent. Speaking of pride, you mentioned that Gary Antoine recently turned in a spectacular knockout.
Right, Gary Antoine picked up pause on that boy.
Him and your brothers in general just emerge as potential stars.
Man, it's so sweet.
Gary Antoine picked up pause on that boy.
To know that we come from a very crime-driven area. And to be able to mentally lock in to something for a long duration and maintain that. As young men, we get to a certain point where you just don't want to listen. You want to do what you want to do when you want to do it. You don't want to listen to your parents, but for my younger brothers to be able to still suppress that portion and maintain and stay on course, that's what I'm more impressed with than anything. I'm more impressed with that than anything. I think as long as they stay on their course, the sky is the limit. They got me, their older brother, as a template to follow, as a format to what to do.
Mr. Gary Russell.
I think the sky is the limit. That's what we believe in. We believe in a dynasty. And my definition of that is information that to be passed down from generation to generation. In most cases, each generation should get stronger.
Boy, fast. People be sleeping on his power too. He got some power. He got some pop behind that mother. He got a little pop behind that mother.
To be honest with you, I think he's ready now.
He looked like it, yeah.
Woo!
I think he's ready now.
Checking. That boy went down, 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 down. Woo! That hook. He lucky that right ain't hit him. I mean that left.
I think he's ready for him now.
What lifted his ass up.
We asked him when we had him on the podcast. We asked him who has quicker hands, you or him, and he sort of laughed. So we gotta ask you, because you're known as the fastest hands in the sport. Who has the quicker hands, you or Gary?
Who has the quicker hands? Well, that's funny because y'all. That's the visionary question. We both fast.
Both, hell yeah. Both fast than a motherfucker.
What does Google say?
Yeah, I'm going to look it up.
Everybody else make their own, come up with their own terms on that one. They come up with their own stuff on that. I can't.
Very, very diplomatic. I like that. You mentioned Gary Antonio. He's emerging at bantamweight. Can you give us your thoughts on his progress?
Tonio's good, man. I think Tonio's ready as well.
Boom.
He's
Woo,
a good guy. Payano.
Man.
Very tough, very rugged. Payano is a force to anyone in that division.
Gary, a
He's
dog.
gonna push you and challenge everyone in that division. I don't care who it is.
I tell you, when he fought
I think Antonio
for Loma, that wasn't a Gary Russell. I know. And I seen that shit before the bell run, right when that day of the fight.
You're certainly not old. You're
Day of the
only
fight
30
is
years
when I'm
old,
like,
but you've been
damn.
a professional boxer for more than 12 years. How fast has the time gone for you?
How fast has it gone? I don't think it's definitely moving. It's definitely moving, but I'm so preserved.
Dog.
I'm so preserved, man.
Look at that boy on his back.
I'm one of those intellectuals.
Ooh, he like shit. Ooh. Oh man, what? Stop it. That boy is a dog. Straight dog.
You know, I honestly feel like most people say I already came into my prime, but I really feel like I'm coming all the way completely into myself now. You know, I'm starting to see things differently. I'm starting to see things. I was always like Neo in the Matrix, but you remember that fourth thing when he really stopped and he just stopped fighting. He just started slowing everything down.
Right. That's a great scene.
I'm at that point now where I can see through the shit. And I can get the same effect if I would use as much energy as I used to have to use.
Right.
Yeah, I think that stuff matters, man.
That makes a lot of sense. Do you have any goals that you want to accomplish throughout the rest of your career from now until then?
Well, the biggest goal is to make as much money as possible.
Yeah, it's always the goal.
It's always the goal, whichever your profession is, right?
That's right.
That's right. But of course, man, I definitely want to get me one of those career-defining fights. I don't feel as though I've had.
Got to do with this.
Yeah, a serious career-defining fight. My career definitely does speak for itself. I want one of these real big household names that I can really go up against and put my talents on the line and display my abilities and show how much superior I am to these guys that's out here that's competing. That's one of my goals. I think what I have accomplished in the sport of boxing right now is great. Just the fact that I'm the longest reigning champion in sport, I'm great. I love that. That's something that's going to go in the books.
Okay. Well, we can't wait for you to get that fight, and we got a feeling you're going to be a champ for some time longer. It looks like that streak's not going to end anytime soon. You're going to start calling you calendar.
Yes, yes.
Gary, thank you, so much for
Boy, Gary Russell, man.
We're waiting for that fight
Straight
date,
dog.
and hopefully we can get you on once you guys announce that.
Straight dog.
Man, cool, man. I appreciate you guys for having me.
And I hope he fights somebody next time.
I
Want the smoke.
appreciate the support, man. Continue to, because the love is not in vain, man.
Woo-hoo.
Every time I fight, when y'all see me in the ring,
Man, look.
y'all can throw some punches in the head because energy is transferred where I'm going to use all that
I
energy.
don't know
when y'all
what
bring all that
Russell
up.
was going through that
So
fight.
thank y'all for having me, man. I appreciate the love.
Of course, thank
You already know, man. I'm about to check up out of here.